Hi, this is Joe from the United Devils. Please hit subscribe if you have not already. Okay, a few things to talk about. Obviously, got to talk about the transfer window, and then we're going to talk about the best 11 or two lots of the best 11. Okay, transfer window. I always believed we were getting Sancho, even though it was looking less likely. I always believed all the way through the window we were getting Sancho. We didn't get him. Why didn't we get him? I think that the Glaziers valued Sancho very differently than Dortmund. They gave us a particular budget to get him. Woodward tried. I'm not saying this to support Woodward, but Woodward tried. Dortmund wouldn't budge. I think we tried again, maybe with a little bit more, but the Glaziers just wouldn't give the money for him. It doesn't really make sense that they would pay kind of 30 odd million for Diallo. However, I don't think we should see it as in terms of, well, if they didn't pay that money for the Atalanta player, then they could have added it to the Sancho deal. I don't think it was a case of that. I think it was just that they said, right, here's how much we value him at, despite what you and Ollie may think, Woodward. If you want to pay more than that, it's not going to happen. Maybe next year. I don't know what's going to happen. But I felt confident. Didn't happen. We move on. Upamecano would have been a good purchase. However, I think Ollie thinks that in Lindelof, Bailey, and Tuanzebe and Mengi, we've got probably some cover there. I really do think that as good as Upamecano is, I think I've seen enough of Mengi to believe that he's going to be pretty good for United. Obviously, he's only a young lad yet, but so is Upamecano. So who's to say that Mengi can't be as good as Upamecano now? I certainly think that our lad is a bit special, and I think he will be given chances at some point, although not at the minute, as we're conceding like figuratively 10 goals a game, although that won't carry on. I'm going to bring up some stats shortly about Maguire, Lindelof, and obviously the best defender who's ever lived. I've said this before. Van Dijk of Liverpool, surely the best there has ever been. Forget Baresi, forget Adams, Bruce, Pallet, whoever. He's the best there's ever been. We know that. We got it. Now, Pellistri and Diallo, I think, are really exciting talents. I'm just like the rest of everyone else. I've only seen YouTube clips of them. But I think that when you watch YouTube clips, I think you can get a sense of what kind of player they are, how they could fit into kind of what we do and the way we play. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. You don't sometimes have to watch a full match to see what a player's attributes and abilities are. So I think that Pellistri could figure for us pretty quickly and pretty soon. It's probably going to have to. But would we replace Greenwood in a first 11? I don't know. Talking about defenders now. Now, the stats I've got and I've looked at, and I've formulated this table myself. Woo! You'll see that Maguire, or the fridge as people call him, sorry, I'm not having that. He's had a bad start to the season. All United's players have had a bad start to the season. Even Bruno's not been up to it. And I stress again that we were still a bit unfit. Now, when we play Newcastle, that is the point at which I think that we're going to be at a fitness level kind of the same as we would be on the first day of any regular season. So at Newcastle, I'm expecting, and from then on, I'm expecting quite a bit better. Tottenham match, oh my goodness, the first, we just kind of like had all these signings coming in, and we thought, even though we kind of felt we weren't getting Sancho, you thought, okay, well, we've got some good stuff coming through. We've got Telles, it was on a bit of a high. Then 30 seconds in, Bruno got the goal against Tottenham, and you thought, wow, can this get any better? And then all of a sudden, it went. And you were kind of thinking, is it not going so well? And it didn't. And by the end, it was just like that. 5, yeah. 6, yeah. But hey, it happened. We lost against Palace, but my thoughts on that were unfit. I don't think all of it was to do with fitness against Tottenham, but some of it was. Some of it was just It was just awful, and they just lost the cohesion totally. They got no momentum. They equalised straight away. That set us back. Then Martial got sent off, and oh my goodness. Anyway, stats. Yeah, Maguire's certainly do line up well against Van Dijk. However, Lindelof's don't, as you can see. But we are comparing him to our England captain. Is he captain? I don't know. But England's main centre half, alongside Van Dijk. But Maguire's really do match up, and in a lot of respects as well, in a lot of important respects. So I think it's just an idea just to see how Maguire fits up against him, because I've heard a lot of abuse of Maguire. And I don't think it's warranted. Yes, he had a bad game. Yes, the rest of them did. We move on. I think that he's a great player. And people say 80 million? Yeah, why not? A player's worth whatever the club are willing to let him go for, and however much the new club wants him. Up to after that, it's up to the player to kind of not justify that kind of value, but justify how much the new club actually wanted him, and the old club kind of valued him in their team. Okay, best 11. I can see two different best 11s. I can see kind of one where we're expecting it to be quite a free-flowing match when the kind of better teams are letting us play our own game. And I think that that would be kind of the problem is starting from the back. Henderson, I think a lot of Henderson, and really I'd like him in the first team all the time, but you've got to be realistic about it. Ollie's not going to do that because we've got the Spanish international keeper, and on like kind of what 350 grand a week. I don't know. It's not my wages. So as much as I want him in the best 11, sod it. Stick him in. Yeah, all right, I'm going to go with it at best 11. It's my best 11, so I'm going to go with it. Now, the free-flowing kind of top team is pretty much what we put out against Tottenham with Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire. Bailey's good. A disaster the other day, which the old did have said. I've said that before. So probably him as well, next to Maguire, as a decent passer. Left back of Shaw. I know. I don't mind Shaw. He had a shocker against Tottenham, and again, everyone else did do. But I think he adds a lot to our kind of fast build-up game. Kind of interlinking with the centre midfielders and Rashford, causing a few problems near the box, causing a bit of mayhem in a fast build-up. In centre midfield, I would probably have. I've said this before. I'm sorry, but I would just go for it. I put Pogba and Van der Beek next to each other, and Bruno up front. That's if our defence are up to it. If they start showing signs of their form last season, even though it was not amazing, we've still only conceded the least amount of goals, the fewest amount of goals. Sorry, let's get English right. Second to City, I think. Was it? I think so. I can't remember. It might have been. So, yeah, that kind of midfield, a bit torn on that, but yeah, let's go with it. Yeah, I'll have that. And then up front, as you would expect, Rashford on the left, Martial up front, and Greenwood on the right. Now, when we're facing a team who's kind of lower down the division, lower down the league, they always pack the defence and the midfield and just leave a little up front. I think things are going to be harder. I think we need to change tack on it. I think we do need Matic then. I think we need a bit of a more not combative, but I think Lindelof in them situations. Maybe right back of Williams. I like Williams. People say he's better at left back than his right back. I think he's a great left back. Right back, I think he could do a massive job for us as well. He's tough little thing. Good at getting the ball and then doing something with it. Tellez, or is it Tejas, left back? And I'll come to why he's in the team shortly. I think I put Bruno and Van der Beek in above Matic, in front of Matic. Left, I would put probably, Martial. I know it's a bit controversial. Rashford, yes, love Rashford. Still not sure how he's back, if he's back to his self from the earlier last season, but I still reckon Martial can cause a few more problems than Rashford on the left if you have to choose one of them. Cavani up front, and that's the link in with Tejas, who is going to swing in crosses. Now that brings me back to Williams on the right, because I reckon Williams is a better crosser than Wan-Bissaka. So that's why I put him in that kind of more combative, throw it in the box, which is probably what we would do. And Martial's got a pretty good cross at him from the left wing, and Cavani can certainly finish things like that. Right wing, I'd still go with Greenwood. Right wing, yeah, he's a decent crosser. He's got to be a centre forward at some point, but it's not looking like it's happening just yet. It will, it'll happen, but I don't think for this season it's going to be. It's either going to be Martial or Cavani. Obviously, we're going to lose Ighalo soon. Don't matter. I've said it before. He's like he won a raffle in the Chinese Man United supporters club for a year's contract at United. He scored 4 or 5 goals for us. One was pretty good. The others were meh. So, it was a decent backup for a bit. But the thing is that with kind of getting Cavani, we've got a striker who, if he does what we expect he could do, then that could, we'd be happy starting the match. And that's what we've got to get. We've got to get a squad where the substitutes are players that we would say, all right, they're playing, they're starting the match. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't mind them. Yeah. And we've got to get that. And I think Cavani might turn into that, to be honest. But certain games need certain types of players. And I don't think Cavani would maybe fit a free-flowing attack like Ollie wants to play. So, Greenwood gets smashed out in either of the two 11s. However, we don't know yet what Pellistri is going to do. I think he'd figure more in the free-flowing and replace Greenwood. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. But hey. But he's not in the first 11 yet because he's not played for us. But by the end of the season, that may change. Now, I remember in the past where we didn't get our main target of the summer. We should have done, but instead we just plucked this kind of, like the orange Google man. We just plucked this 18-year-old kid out of Portugal. You might know who I'm talking about. Yeah, we didn't get Ronaldinho, but we got Ronaldo instead. Yeah, I'd choose that again. If with kind of hindsight, I'd choose it again. And for all we know, we're not getting our target of Sancho. May turn into may turn into Pellistri being amazing, or we might play Diallo next season at some point from January onwards, and he might turn to be crazy good. We just don't know. These are stuff that we can't tell just yet. We just got to go on hope. So there are my should have been my best 11, but I've turned it into 2 best 11s for different types of game. How will the rest of the season go? Our players didn't turn into idiots overnight like that. They didn't just happen. They've had a bad start for reasons I've already said. But will we win anything next season? It depends how October and November go, in my opinion. This month and next month. If we show something like we got after lockdown, restart, a little bit before that, when Bruno signed, it all kind of changed. So if we get something like we got when he signed, and then from then on, then yeah, I can see us doing something. Champions League. Again, October and November will tell us a lot about what's going to happen this season. But until then, thank you for watching, and let's go you Reds!